Yo, yeah, just wanted to make a video on this new book that I've been reading, the Book of Five Rings. Um, yeah, and this guy Miyamoto Musashi, who's a leading, a legendary swordsmith, legendary swordsman, excuse me, and during the days of Japan, where samurais were prevalent, and um, yeah. So, anyways, it starts off, and I just got a fresh cut. I know you see that. Jeez, look like a samurai cut my hair. You feel me? You feel me? But it starts off as the way. There's all these ways. The way of looking, the way of holding the sword. Okay, which when I'm comparing this stuff like to MMA, and sometimes it does talk about melee combat. When I'm comparing it to MMA, swords to me sounds like boxing, because really it's just an extension of your arms. Anyways, that's what the sword is, and so the way of looking, and he talks about not looking a certain way, not changing expression at all during combat. So when you're really tired, don't show it. When you feel if for some reason you do get emotional, don't show it. Don't have any tells. And this is prevalent in all types of competitions. It's not just fighting, it's not just chess, it's not just basketball, but all types of competitions, even sales. you know you're taught to ask the question, and then as soon as you're done, you wait, and you don't change. Like, you don't say anything, you don't make a face, you don't do anything. You just offer, and then that's it, like you that. And so that's the way of looking, the state of mind of strategy. Okay, this is the first chapter, and this is where I'm at. I've only read like 70 pages into it, but you know, it talks about the way of holding the body, moving from place to place. So that's stance, that's angles, and everything you're trying to create angles. In striking, I'll if I'm southpaw, so my right is the lead, and I'll be going forward, and usually they're orthodox, so their left is their lead. So my right and their left are basically, we're toe to toe. My right foot and my opponent's left foot, and so I traditionally you're taught to move away from the power punch. Okay, so I would be going counterclockwise. That doesn't mean that I can't move the other way, but there's an art to it. There's a skill to it, you know, and so that's why I the reason why I get so hung up on this competition, and because that's the field that I'm in. That's the field that I'm in. And I feel like our society has definitely bred ultra competitiveness, to a fault. I mean, I guess because, but, not to a fault, because from competition, you have to, in order to be the best competitor, you have to pay attention to detail. In order to be the best competitor, you have to be the best version of yourself. That means you have to take everything, all the God-given abilities, your length, your strength, your everything that you have, and then you're gonna have to maximize that, and how you do that, your plan on how to execute that is your strategy. So it talks about, the word daiku, carpenter, is written dai, fully ku, to be very clever at. In the same way, the way of strategy is built upon ingenuity of gratefulness and scope. That is why I compare it to the way of the carpenter. If you want to learn strategy, you must contemplate these writings and train ceaselessly the master and disciple together, so that the master is like the needle and the disciple like the thread. Okay? You know who my coach is? Life. You know how people they need life coaches? Life is my coach. I have learned everything from living my life. And I learn from as much as I can from every single situation that happens. Good, bad, however you perceive it. However you perceive it. You know? I focused in on my how I feel about it, how I feel about it. And and then I've acted. I've taken great action to manifest, certain thoughts and desires. Okay? So that's what we're doing here. So so that the master is like the needle and the disciple is like the thread. Comparison of the way of strategy with the way of the carpenter. A general, like a master carpenter, should know the overall rules contrary and adjust the rules of his own province to fit with them. Just as the way of the master carpenter consists in regulating the measurements of the house he is going to construct. So, this is what it's talking about, right? This is what it's talking about. Like, in fullness and scope. You have like a framework. Yeah, you have a blueprint. Okay? We were listening to Jay-Z's Blueprint 1 and Blueprint 2. Okay? And, if you pay attention, there's a building to it. There's a building to it. Jay-Z and Trent Reznor are two totally different lanes of music. Totally different. But they're very similar because they both use a building aspect. And Jay-Z will do it in his rhymes lyrically, and with his metaphors and his storytelling, and basically creating like a visual imagery, and like giving you a feel of it, and give you a taste of it. That's what the best artists are able to do. They're able to relay better, for whatever reason, the essence of what it really is, of whatever art it is. And that shit's cool. That shit's cool. I can't find anything else that's cooler. So, yeah. So, regulating the measurements of the house he's going to construct. Okay. The master carpenter learns the structural patterns for building a tower or a temple and knows the construction plans for palaces and fortresses. He builds houses by making use of people. In this way, the chief carpenter and the chief warrior resemble each other. Okay? So let's backtrack. Master carpenter learns the structural patterns for building a tower, a temple, and knows the construction plans for palaces and fortresses. So palaces and fortresses are much bigger than towers and temples, But if you know how to build a fortress, you should definitely know how to build a small house, The laws for building are the same across the board, no matter what you believe or whatever, the metaphysical, the quantum level that like where shit is really happening on the energetic fields, that's where it's happening. So, you know, and this is the thing. He builds houses by making use of people. Okay, that doesn't mean to use people. Like it means that there's like a give and take. Okay, look, I know how to build a house. If you help me, I'll build you a house. Okay, all right, or like because I know because I've laid down the plans. I got it all worked out. I know how much wood we need, you know, and you need a house. You need a house. So if you help me, if you put the labor in, of course I'll help you build your own house. You get what I'm saying? So that's it's no sweat off my back. And on a deeper level, right? I'm the house. I'm the temple, right? We are, right? So when we're trying to build each other, we need to have good people around us because whether we like it or not, that's who's rubbing off on us, right? And that's where we're rubbing off on, and that's like the foundation, you know, that's foundation. Like you are all of your experiences. And what would your experiences be without other people, right? You can't. That it wouldn't. It's not a thing. Okay, so with that being said, like I could put it like this: there's people at my, there's people at my gym, right? And then there's the people at my gym who are helping me build my house, my home, my temple, right? There's people who I work with, and then there's people who I work with who are helping me build my house, my temple, okay? Because they are having a positive effect on me. They don't have to do anything else but just have a positive influence on you, and they have helped the larger picture. They have helped. This is where micro and macro are coming into play here. You know what I mean? And so it the lines start to blur when I'm talking about martial arts. When I'm talking about strategy. Like I'm talking about metaphysics. So. And the warrior and the carpenter resemble each other. In constructing a house, one must first choose wood that is suitable. For good front pillars, wood is chosen that is straight, without knots, and of good appearance. For the rear pillars, one chooses wood that is straight and sturdy. Okay? So this is the difference, right? One is straight and sturdy, okay? The back one, the rear, holding everything up, right? The back pillar, right? It's sturdy. It's straight and sturdy. And the front pillars, the wood that they choose is straight as well. So they're both straight, right? But this wood in the front is without knots. It's aesthetically appealing, right? Because it's on the outside. That's what everybody's looking at, right? You don't want knots in that wood, right? So the handsome appearance for the skills, lintels, of sliding doors, and the shoji. Okay, it is appropriate to use woods that are less strong but handsome, but of handsome appearance for the sills, the lintels, the sliding doors, and the shoji. The house The house will last for a long time, even if knotted, twisted wood is used, on the condition that the strength needed for different parts of the house is accurately assessed and the qualities of the wood are carefully examined. Okay, and it is appropriate to use somewhat weak, knotty, or twisted wood for scaffolding than an afterward for heating. Okay. Okay. We're building the house. There's different qualities of wood, right? We're using wood for different reasons. Different types of woods for different reasons. On the outside, we want to be perceived well. Want to be perceived well. On the inside, we want to be fulfilled. We want to be solid. That's what we want. That's what we want. It's just cool the parallels, and I don't want to run too far, but I don't really care, I don't really care. This is the shit that I'm into. Whatever anybody else is into, that's cool. That's cool. Do you? And like, this is the shit that I'm into. Something that is putting the pieces to the puzzle here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, in using men, the master carpenter must know the qualities of the carpenters. In accordance with their high, medium, or low ability, he must assign them different tasks, such as constructions of the tokonoma, of the sliding doors of the shoji, or of the sills, lintels, and ceilings. It is appropriate to have support framing done by those with not much skill, and wedges made by the most unskillful. If one is able to discern the qualities of men in this manner, work progresses quickly and efficiently. Okay? Let's just say I'm a carpenter, which I am. Okay? And, no, I'm not really, but okay, this is the comparison here. I'm a fighter. And, he's comparing carpenters, he's comparing carpenters and warriors. Okay, I'm the warrior. In using men, the master carpenter must know the qualities of the carpenters in accordance with their high, medium, or low ability. Okay? All of my training partners are carpenters, and so am I. Okay? Some people are really good at laying down submission holds, right? Like, maybe carpenters have really good guys that lay down bricks. And in my field, it's guys who lay down really good. They have really good submission holds. They have a really good top game in grappling, or maybe they're one of the highest level strikers that I've ever gone against. But when I get on the ground with them, I start to have immediate success because they haven't worked on it that much. So it's being able to assess where everybody is. Now, I'm trying to build, okay, my house. Okay, I'm trying to build me up. All right, and so I need to wrestle with Jordan because he's one of our best wrestlers. Today I pulled the other wrestler kid because I knew he was a wrestler. And today was Wednesday, so today's wrestling day. All right? So I need to build my house, right? If he's the best bricklayer, I need him. I need him. In order for my house to be the best, in order for it to last the longest, in order for it to feel the most the best, Like when you make a house into a home, then that's really what it's all about. Now that's giving you a feel, That's more than just structure. That's more than just foundation. That's substance. You know what I mean? And this is how you get substance, because I'm being challenged by people that are strong in their areas. You know what I mean? Chris comes at me and we're boxing. He's real good at boxing. So I have to be good. Otherwise, I'm gonna get beat. But look, it's not about losing. When you're building, it's not about winning and losing. It's more than winning and losing. Winning and losing is a part of building, right? So if I lose in a certain situation, I get exposed, you know, by the good boxer while I'm boxing, then that is an opportunity for me to grow. And this is where, you know, you know, this is where if one is able to discern the qualities of men in this manner, work progresses quickly and efficiently. Work progresses quickly and efficiently. That's all I'm going to say about strategy. That's all I'm going to say about strategy. For now, you know. And this is where I get to in my head, so you know, it's fun. It's fun. It's challenging. You know? I got to go over it. And don't rush. I can't go over it quick. I got to go over it. I got to go over it slow. And I got to ask questions. You know what I mean? And, you know, a girl after practice, a new girl was like, "Hey, does anybody want to grapple?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was already going to grab Bill, right? And, you know, I got to wrestle Bill and I got to wrestle the other Oklahoma kid, you know, on wrestling day. You know, you gotta be there. You gotta be there for yourself in your own life. Okay? You have to be there for yourself in your own life, right? That means that you have to be in the moment, right? When it's happening. Don't be somewhere else. Don't be thinking about something else. But it's easier said than done, right? If somebody is like just pick me up and slam me on the ground and now they're trying to choke me, I have nowhere else to be. I can't be anywhere else. You know, any millisecond wasted is going to be the end of it where they're in deep and it's over and it's over. And the higher low levels are, the less room there is for error. Okay? So, you know, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I can't think of anything else that would be as fulfilling as reading samurai books and going to wrestling class and drinking San Pellegrino. I can't, you know, so. Oh my gosh. All right. You guys be blessed. Okay. 22-minute videos. You guys, okay. I'm going to put out more content. I'm going to have my own podcast. And I'm going to start doing cardio kickboxing. I'm going to offer an hour-long class for $30. Okay. One-on-one. Okay. And yeah. So stay tuned, man. We got a lot of things in the works. Right now, it's wartime. Okay. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Mercury retrograde is about over. They try to kill us with fake weather, but they can't. They can't. Cheers. Cheers.